and put the Robin costume and do that. So what do you get people like that as well? Do you see that they sort of have that 5D, 3D sort of connection type thing, and you can see that they're sort of still sort of within that ego type thing?
Yeah, and that's what I love about Divine Blueprint activation. So since I do BQH is like your full empowerment. Like I'm going to put you in that state. You're going to connect to your guides yourself. And I actually struggled for a little bit that like I do the sessions myself because I felt like I wasn't empowering that person to connect in.
Okay.
But what has happened is that so many people don't even know where to start. Like so many people are just like so lost and so numb that they have no idea where to even start on their spiritual journey. And so that's where I come in. I can at least give you higher guidance. I can give you messages from your higher self, and I realign you to your truest soul's essence so that you can start your healing journey. So you even know where to begin that's best for you. And then a lot of people do a BQH session afterwards so that they can be in that full empowerment.
That's fantastic. So I might ask you about the sessions that you have, because I know people ask me about the use of, I guess, psychologists and all that. So my opinion is, yes, you got to use what you got to use. You got to be drawn to where you got to be drawn. But remember, you go within yourself. And remember that there's two. We're sort of getting you out of this old you, which is I call the 3D, as you do, and then moving into 5D. Now I used a holistic counselor as well as what with Greg and Michael, and then the thing is, Sierra, and you did, and you can, and your adjustment to it too. We did the work, but I don't think people really have the. I believe that people just don't really realize it's a lot of work to get to where we've had these issues like we all have, and Diana and Sarah and all my friends in life theories and Jackie and Cortez, we've all had our issues, but we've done the work, and I don't think people really know how to do the work. Would that be would that does that resonate with you at all?
When I was tapering off of methadone, like when I finally made that decision greater than myself to get off of fentanyl, I was tapering myself off of methadone. I would meditate for 2 to 3 hours a day and just give me this, I would give myself the safe space to cry my eyes out. And
Wow,
that's
that's great.
probably, I never felt my emotions my entire life. I did everything I could, rather it was food, or rather it was like other types of substances in
I
different
saw like a quick
ways.
hit type thing. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, I had food addictions, and and you still have that. Your sugar addictions and all that. It's still an addiction to stop. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes to go on this first part. So those kind of things. I get where you're going with that.
Yeah, so an emotion would pop up and I would be like, oh, like what could I look outside of myself to try and make myself feel better?
Agreed. Agreed. It's a case of we actually lose. Look. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the world that I sort of we look back on and go, we were sort of trained that way, if you get where they, but we will leave that where it is, where it lies. You know what I'm talking about. We can talk about that later. But when you came out of that spiritual journey and looking at being a spiritual intuitive coach and what you do now, I mean, and this is your platform of what you do to heal, because um did you find your purpose? I mean, did you, and I'll tell you mine after I get yours. Did you really, was there a time when you found your purpose? Like you just said, okay, I'm on the right path. I sort of understand it. Would that be because you sort of force, so at that time, I mean, I'm sure you did it too. You sort of go, when am I getting out? When am I getting out? This is the one. This is the one. But suddenly it came that you knew that was the point that you made the turn in your life.